Thank you, Payzaar, for organizing actually this lovely event. It's super nice to be here. And first, we'd like to just introduce ourselves so you know who we are, what we are doing. And then later, we'd like to take you to the journey with Payzaar, so IDEXX journey with Payzaar. Starting with myself, for the ones that don't know me, my name is Anna, and I have 10 years of plus experience in the international payroll. 10 years ago, I had a great opportunity, actually by coincidence, to meet fantastic payroll professionals that they teach me everything about the payroll. They guided me through, they teach me everything about payroll from A to Z. But me also back in the days, I was very energized, curious, and I wanted to learn as much as I could about the payroll to support my team best possible way. 10 years passed. Well, I don't know how it happened, when it happened, but it did happen. Time flies, unfortunately. But for this period, I have been working for different companies. Hiring 20,000 plus employees, but also smaller companies hiring maybe only 500 employees, but growing in a pretty fast way. And last 4 years, I'm at IDEXX, where I have the opportunity to work a lot on the automation, processes improvements, and also last year to coordinate the implementation of Payzaar. So I will pass on now to Cinzia.
Sure. So my name is Cinzia Dalé. I'm originally from Italy and I live in the Netherlands in the past 12 years. Still work on my Dutch skills, but we'll get there one day. And I start doing payroll, in-house payroll in the UK, so in London. And then I moved to Booking.com for almost 9 years, where I met the best ex-fellow Booking.com payroll. Yes, and moved 4 years ago to IDEXX as a payroll manager for Europe and South Africa. So working together on this journey with Anna.
Exactly, yes.
So a bit of IDEXX. So IDEXX is a global leader in healthcare innovation. So they produce software and services for the veterinarian company. And the focus is also on the milk and water testing for safety reasons. And of course, the mission is to promote health for people, for pets, and for livestock. Globally, we are around 11,000 employees. The headquarters is in the US and the European headquarters is in Hofstorp.
Yes, correct. And actually, before moving to key challenges, I will give a quick overview of the EMEA payroll because actually I'm going to speak only about the EMEA payroll because that's actually where the implementation is happening. So at EMEA, we have roughly 3,000 employees across 28 entities and 18 countries. What does it mean? It means that in one country, we might have 2 entities, 3 entities, or 4 entities. And with the different CBAs, with slightly different processes, so it gets pretty complex. And even it's one country, it still feels that actually it's 4 countries to be finalized within the cycle. Payroll setup is fully outsourced with multiple vendors. The main system in use, we use Workday. Then we have SAP for the finance and, of course, a lot of different platforms for time and attendance and benefits. And our key focus area, it's just ensuring strong compliance, leveraging system integrations for accuracy and efficiency, establishing good partnerships with the payroll providers, because I think we all know how important it is to have a good payroll provider that support us with any activity, and strengthening the data management and productivity. And our key challenges, actually, before having Payzaar, and I think in that sense, IDEXX is not really unique. I have seen exactly the same challenges in other companies. And I believe many of you will relate to those as well. So the manual inefficiencies. We have so many different platforms that they really do not speak with each other. So at the end of the day, the payroll professional is really ending up the work with the manual input, which is prone to errors and mistakes, of course. Limited capacity for the automation and process improvements. We know basically how busy and how is the life of the payroll professionals, right? We start the month with the deadlines, we go through the month with the deadlines, and we end up the month with the deadlines. And what happened after? And we repeat this again. So during so many deadlines within the month and also within the year, there's not much capacity left for larger projects, for automation, process improvements, unfortunately. Multiple systems and limited integrations or no automations at all. Endless Excel files. I think you all know this one very well. We still use this tool for the validation of the data between input, output, and the previous month. But what if formula will break somewhere, or we forget about pay element to include it? Then, yeah, it leads us to some errors. Decentralized reporting, that's to gathering insights across the countries and within a specific period of time, or even 1 year from January till December, it's just weeks of manual work. And just give you an example, if I would have to get the report for all the countries from January till December, I would need to pull out one report per month, so 12 reports for one entity. We have 28 entities, roughly 28 multiplied by 12, 330, I checked it, but 330 something files. Different formats, combine them all together to get one report. It's really massive amount of work. And last but not least, of course, no central governance, KPIs, dashboards, or even sometimes lack of audit in some countries. Now we'll pass on to Cinzia.
Yeah, so we were aware about our challenges. Sometimes we also share with some other company. And we made the decision to start an RFP, and what we were looking for, it was flexibility. Flexibility was the key word for us because we really want to have the flexibility to choose the payroll provider that we want to work with. Because sometimes we might have different needs in different regions, but also within the country. You might have country with a lot of FTE, country with less FTE, completely different need. And sometimes means also different payroll provider. And also what we were looking for, it was flexibility in general. So what Payzaar allowed us to do, it was also to choose which modules we want to start with. So for us, the first one was the reporting and the accounting connect. The reason is because the reporting, Anna just explained how much work there was behind when they were asking us, can you please provide us commission 2023? How much time do I have? Because we didn't have time to really pull it and doing it. Also, the function of the payroll is really changing because the data are really requested in the company, FP&A, the planning, but also equity pay, gender pay gap. So the data of the payroll are really requested. So we want to be more agile and more prepared for our stakeholders. So the reporting for us was priority number one in 2024. And then it was also the accounting connect because we love our fellow working together with accounting team, our fellow colleagues, and we really want to improve the GL journal. The reason is because we were receiving the GL journal from our payroll provider, but also in terms of timeline, sometimes we request some days, a week after the closing of the payroll, and accounting also a very strict deadline. So we really want to have more flexibility once again to provide to our stakeholder the data that they need by the time that they need it. So this was priority number one for us. Working with different payroll providers sometimes can be a challenge also in terms of communication and making sure that we are compliant in terms of sharing data and communication in general. So having one place with secure communication, GDPR compliant, and data security that are the key words in payroll for us was a must. And we really want to work on standardizing our processes and trying to figure it out the integration within different systems and measuring our KPI within our team and also payroll provider. And we work, of course, on automated data validation. So Excel will always have a big place in our heart. It will always be there.
Always loving it.
Lovely. But you know, this XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, pivot table that we always dream about it is also really nice to have a little bit more automatization, validation, having a system that is also applying some help and 4 eyes principle. Wow, fancy. Okay, 4 eyes principle and also workflow automatization. Automatization is the key. Absolutely.
This is AI.
Next level. Okay, okay. So our journey started in 2024. We prioritize reporting and accounting connect. Very proud of the job of the team that was able to go live from May until December with 28 entities. It was really a very good work that really allowed the team to focus on the gross to net, on our data, on the counting side as well. So very proud of the team. And in 2025, we went live with the first country with the HR Connect and operational control. February, second entity, and we have the rollout in 2025. The goal is to maintain the reporting and accounting connect because it's still work to do to maintain it, to make sure that accuracy is always there. Collaborating with accounting on the GL, collaborating with the payroll provider on the gross to net, and of course, expanding for the rest of the region for HR Connect and operational controls.
What was the country that you went live with?
January was Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 entities, 1 country. We decided to choose the most spicy one.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's start big so it can only get better.
But I think,
Sorry. Spicy.
but we hope starting with the biggest one is the most difficult step, and then it's easier with the smaller one. Actually, we started the same with the accounting, connect and reporting with the biggest countries. So that, of course, took us the most of the time. But then later on, it was going faster because it was small entities and it was much faster.
I mean, it requires time. You are investing immediately, but then the results are much higher compared to an entity where maybe you have 40 FTE or something. So, yeah, the benefits are coming earlier.
And actually, last but not least, we thought that it's good to share with you also our lessons learned and considerations, because the absolutely must and basic is to standardize the gross to net. It's something we knew about it, but we really never had time for it. So Payzaar gave us opportunity to really focus on the gross to net. Because in the past, maybe we could have some missing pay elements in the gross to net, or a few pay elements would be posted under one coding. But since it's the gross to net is incorrect, then the journal won't be correct. The reporting won't be correct. So it was really important to standardize it across all the entities and before mapping in the Payzaar. The same goes with the journals, alignment with the finance, on the different GL coding, also on the format for the upload. So those were 2 like kind of basic must to do before mapping in the Payzaar, because once it's mapped in the Payzaar, then the maintenance is actually much more easier. So we didn't want to start with mapping somewhere and then just trying to fix it. Then it's always like takes a lot of work. Enhanced technical knowledge. Actually, we realized this one by like during the process when. Just simply by when the team members were really analyzing the gross to net, going column by column, understanding what each means, what is the calculation behind, where should be mapped. The same with the journal, having the opportunity to build it up within the Payzaar, doing the breakdown of the all pay elements. It really enhanced their knowledge in this particular field. So I think those points are quite important and must to do before.
Also payroll knowledge, like owning your own entities, owning your own data, more deep knowledge of the GL as well. At the end, GL is connected to the gross to net, everything is together. Reporting. So yeah, it was a great opportunity also for the team, for all of us to to enlarge our payroll knowledge, but also technical knowledge, because not all the team members might have the same technical knowledge and skills. So it's also something how to help each other, how we can make it work, because it's one goal that needs to happen by the end of the year. So let's make sure that we will do it. So it was a lot of collaboration, working together, opportunity for the team. And for us in general, it's an opportunity in terms of saving more time, having more technology, less manual work, from input to output to reports. So for us, it was very beneficial in terms of innovation and opportunity. So this is the reason why we also roll out the rest of the entities. And with the possibility to open the door also for other regions in IDEXX.